Hi guys, today I'm going to be trying on another one of the Guerlain 4 quads, and today it's going to be 910, and that's Undressed Brown. In my previous video I tried on the other quad, Wild Nudes. The formula of these is absolutely beautiful, and in the other video I also tried on one of the lipsticks. I only bought one lipstick and I got the 108, and someone has asked me to swatch it side by side with the one that was released for holiday last year, and that was Nude Alchemy. And I swatched them a little while ago and I thought they were exactly the same, but now that I've swatched them I think there is a slight difference. Maybe I'm seeing things, but I'll do that in this video as well and see what you think. So let's take a look at the beautiful Guerlain quad, the 1910 Undressed Brown. Now these do have two different applicators. One has sponge at each end. I'll just take them out of the plastic wrapping, and I do use these type of applicators occasionally. So this has the sponge at each end and one is more pointed. That's really good for inner corner work, and then another sponge just for placing some eyeshadow on. And then the other brush that also has a sponge tip, but then on the other side it also has an angled hairbrush as well. It's a synthetic hairbrush. And also this one here, the sponge tip with the more pointed end, this one here, that is also really good if you want to use the deeper shade as an eyeliner. This places the product really well and you pick up quite a lot of pigment. Now today I'll probably just be using my usual brushes, but I'll see how I go. I may be reaching for one of those applicators. Now I did show this eyeshadow quad in my previous video next to Wild Nudes, but I'll show it to you again. In this quad there are 3 satins and 1 matte, and in the other quad, Wild Nudes, there is 1 satin and 3 mattes. I think this is a really lovely colour story. I will swatch this on my arm again so you can take a look at it. So these are swatched from left to right and top to bottom. So this shade is a satin, almost a metallic. It has a lot of punch to it. And then next we have a satin. And the third shade is a matte. And the fourth shade is a satin as well. So I've just turned down the lights in front of me, and here we have, this is sort of like a burnt pumpkin, and that was a satin. And this one here is a champagne satin. It has a little bit of peach to it. Then we've got a deep matte brown, and then finally this is a satin brown. And it has a little bit of a golden hue to it. And then I'll just very quickly swatch. This is the Wild Nudes palette, again swatched from left to right and top to bottom. So this is a more softer colour story. So this is the satin, and these are the 3 mattes, but this looked really beautiful on. And then again, I've just turned down the light so you can take a look. So here we've got Undressed Brown, and this is Wild Nudes. So I'm going to take my rephr number 14 brush, and I'm going to go into this shade here. This does pick up quite a bit of pigment. I'm actually just going to put this one, I'm not going to take it all over the lid. I'm going to put it through the crease and just take it slightly above as well. And I mentioned it in my other video when I was doing the eyeshadow quad for Wild Nudes, but this one is the same. It just blends out really beautifully. I'm going to take the Sonia G, the pencil one, and I'm just going to stay with the same shade, and I'm going to run some of this under my lower lash line. I'm going to take the Sonia G, this is the Blender Pro, and I'm going to go into the deeper shade. And I'm going to take this on the outer corner, just through there, and sweep it up as well. So this is the matte shade, and the other 3 are satins. So this satin shade here blended really beautifully, and this matte is blending beautifully as well. And then again, take the Sonia G Pencil 1, stay with this matte shade, and I'm just going to add a little bit just on the outer corner here to the lower lash line. Then I'm going to take the Sonia G, this is the Builder, and we'll go into this shade here. And I'm going to put that through here. I would say that this is more than a satin. This is what I would call metallic. It has a lot of punch to it. It's a really beautiful shade. Then I'm going to take my Ultrawear brush and I'm going to go into the shade here, and this is really beautiful. I'm going to put the shade over the top and see what happens. It adds a really beautiful lightness through there and softens down the shade, this burnt orange or the burnt pumpkin, if you want it to as well. I think I'll just take it through to there, so there's still a bit of the original burnt pumpkin shade. Really lovely. This is a beautiful quad. The Wild Nudes is gorgeous. It's very soft, very everyday type of makeup, but this is really beautiful as well. And now I am going to use one of these sponge tips, and I'm going to put this shade here. I'm going to put this in a corner and just sweep a little bit through here as well. I'm just going to take a soft and clean blend brush and just soften out the edges through here. So I've now put some eyeliner on, mascara, and I've also put on blush as well. Everything that I'm putting on my face today I will have listed and linked in the description box below. So now let's take a look at this lipstick again. I picked up the case. This is the one in Rosewood, and it is like it's textured and a faux leather. I'll hold it up so you can take a look. And the shade that I picked up is number 08. And I'll swatch that on the back of my hand so you can take a look. I'll hold it up in a minute. But I've also got in front of me the holiday one from last year. And this was also 08. And this was Nude Alchemy. So I'm going to swatch that one on the back of my hand now. And as I was saying at the beginning of the video, I do think that they are different looking at them. So I'll just hold it up so you can take a look. So this is Nude Alchemy from holiday last year, and this is the 08 from the fall collection. So when I look at them on my hand, it's almost, I don't know, am I seeing things? Are they exactly the same? Maybe they are. I'm not too sure. So here they are with the light turned down. This is from the Guerlain Fall 08, and this one is Nude Alchemy. The more I look at it, the more I think that they probably are the same. Sometimes I think one of them has a little bit more brown in it, but I think it depends on the lighting of them. But in either event, they are very similar. So if you have the one from holiday last year, then you really don't need to pick up, I don't think, the 108 from the fall collection. And both of the lipsticks that I swatched, they are satin formula, and it would make sense that they are the same shade since Guerlain has allocated the number 08 to both of them. So now I'm going to put on the one from the fall collection. These are a lovely formula, and I think this is a really beautiful shade. The difference with the one Nude Alchemy was really the pattern on the bullet. It had little stars on it to match the case cover. So here is the finished look, and I think it looks really lovely. I'll just show you the eyeshadow close up. It definitely packs more of a punch than the Wild Nudes, but I still think it's very beautiful. I just love that burnt orange shade. I love that really deep brown on there. All the shadows blended really beautifully. The mattes in these quads, there's only one in this one and then 3 in the Wild Nudes. There is a little bit of kick up, but it's very minor, really not worth mentioning at all. And I definitely have no issues or fallout when I apply the eyeshadow. Really lovely. And I love this burnt orange shade by itself when I first put it on. But this one here adds just that little bit of lightness and softens the burnt pumpkin a bit. Really gorgeous. And this is also a really beautiful shade for adding just that little bit of lightness through here and under the lower lash line as well. Really beautiful. Such a gorgeous collection from Guerlain. As I was saying in my other video, they did launch a few lipsticks with this, and there's really only one other that I would like to get, and it was more of a lighter shade. And if this collection does come to New Zealand, or I may even see it at Harrods or Selfridges at some stage, and there is that lighter shade there, not the 08 that I've got on today, but there is another one. I wouldn't mind picking that one up as well. I think that would look really beautiful. I think that the other shades are lovely. It's just that when they are much more brown, I really don't wear them very much for my everyday makeup, and especially if it's more of a matte formula. There's a mixture. They have satin formulas and matte formulas. And if I am going to wear something that is more brown of a lipstick, I do like it to be a satin, and normally then I pop a gloss over the top as well. It just lifts that shade a little bit more, and I think it just suits me that little bit much better. But overall, an absolutely beautiful collection from Guerlain. If you love nude eyeshadows, you will not be disappointed with either of the eyeshadow quads. Absolutely beautiful. So that's it for today's video. I would love it if you gave it a like and subscribed, and I will see you next time. Bye.